everyone, welcome to another edition of Sports Talkies with me, Clinton D'Souza. Today I'm sitting with a girl who has made not only Goa proud but the entire country proud. She is going to represent the country in the Asian Games, which are all scheduled, which it's confused whether it will happen this year or next year, but definitely it is happening, but not in India this time, but it will be in China. She is a Goan who hails from the sides of the North Coastal Belt from Baga Kalangut. She has been on the beaches almost every day. Being at the beaches today, her career itself is gone into surfing. I have none other than Katya Coelho with me. Katya has been a part of windsurfing for very long time. She has been right from her childhood, which we will know how she entered everything when it comes to windsurfing, and now going to the Asian Games. First of all, Katya, welcome to Herald TV.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Katya, I want to know, when it comes to windsurfing, it is known as one of the difficult, a risky kind of a sport. More than a sport, people say it is dangerous. It's in the sea. So how did you overcome these difficulties and then making your name at such a big level?
Well, for me, to start with, it wasn't very scary because I loved the sea. And for me, my father used to go and race, and then I used to watch him. So that really inspired me to start, because he trained my brother after that, soon after he started. So I really liked, the water, and I really liked the feeling, and I wanted to try. It was my initiative that I wanted to try this sport. And with the help of my father's guidance, I could start. So for me, it wasn't really scary, although for some people, yes, it might be, because, the sea, it's unpredictable, sometimes. So once you, instill that fear, it gets a bit tough. But if you're not, so scared of the water, and if you're not so scared of the sea, you can always try. And it's not that scary,
Now you almost broke the stereotype where they say that sea is dangerous. But how difficult was it to move inside? I understand you had the support of your parents, especially your father and your family as well. But how difficult? Because that's always a fear that the sea is unpredictable.
Right.
So how is this sport? Basically, how do we go into this sport? I want to know that.
Well, as I said, I wasn't really scared of the water per se, because I really liked the beach, and we used to go swimming and everything, and my father taught me how to swim as well. So I was not really scared of it. But if you're a beginner and if you're trying, if you want to come into this sport, the best place would be Hawaii Beach, Donapaula, because the sea is very calm there. We don't have big waves, so it's not very scary. In Baga, it is scarier because the waves are big, and you don't really know how to launch, or you can damage your equipment and stuff like that. But Hawaii Beach in Donapaula is one of the best places to learn. The sea is very calm, and we have this kind of a jetty area, the Donapaula jetty.
Yes, yes.
So the wind kind of gets blocked, so it's not very strong wind as well. So that is the best place to learn if you ever want to start.
Okay, I think I have been a part, 2 years back, where there was windsurfing, and there was a competition kind of a national level, so I was being a part of hosting as well. But I want to know, when it comes to this kind of sport, or in this sport, when is the first time that you went in the sea with a board out there?
I think it was, I don't remember the exact date, but I think it was around 10 to 11 years ago. When I was 10, I first started windsurfing. My father got this beginner kind of equipment. It was actually gotten from my brother. So that is where I first tried, and I really enjoyed it the first time I tried itself. Of course, it was difficult because I had no balancing, no sense of balance much, but it was nice. It was nice to try. I kept falling also initially, but it was a really nice experience.
Okay, you started off at the age of 10. Now from the age of 10, in how many years or how many months did you become a pro?
Well, it takes you about 3 to 5 days to start windsurfing and to get the basics, to know the basics of the sport. So for me, it was never really something that I would look as like a career option. It was always a hobby for me initially. Every summer holidays, we used to go to Hawaii Beach, and we used to sail over there. So for me, it was never like a sport or something that I would further. I didn't even think I would reach this far. But as I did it, as I started sailing, as I grew more love for the sport, and as I started taking it competition by competition, that's where I really learned a lot. And most of my learning was when I traveled abroad for competitions. That's where I personally feel like I learned the most.
Okay. Till date, I know it will be not, there's no count for it, but I want to know total how many countries have you gone just because windsurfing, and how many national levels or international levels or state level that you have participated so far?
State levels, I was just doing the tally the other day. For the nationals, I have won 13 gold medals and 2 silver medals, national gold medals and national silver medals. I have won 2 bronze medals in Singapore, so that's Singapore 1. I have participated in an Asian championship in Thailand as well, and I've been to Thailand about 8 times for windsurfing. I've been to Taiwan, I've been to Jakarta for the Asian Games, I've been to China for the China for the Youth Olympics. I've been to Poland for a World Championship, Italy for a World Championship as well. So these are a few places that I have
Which is the next in the list besides Asian Games?
Well, right now I'm looking to go to Thailand next month. Hopefully, if everything goes well, I will be participating in an Asian Championship there with adequate training also. And after that, I'm looking forward to take part in a World Championship that will be in France.
Okay. So and when is that?
This is all in the next 3 months.
Okay. So how would you balance, because you said you have to go to Thailand, then go to France. It's completely different climate, different kind of places also. So how will you manage?
It is, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, I mean, see, for our sport, it is how it is. It is an adventure sport, and it is everything to do with nature. So you just have to kind of, you know, I don't know, just get prepared for it, because in France, I'm pretty sure it's going to be cold, and for us in India, their cold is very cold.
Very cold, very cold.
So you'll have to just get on a good wetsuit, and I think just go. And I'm looking forward to it, honestly.
Okay, so I want, as you said, nature, environment plays a major role. Is there any time where you are surfing but the wind was so bad and it almost screwed up your performance, but you managed somehow? Is there some instance that you would like to recall?
Yes, because I don't really like light winds, and for the new IQ foil light wind, it's very hard to basically get the foil higher. So for the Bombay Championship, I was having a bit of a struggle with it when the winds were like really light. We were supposed to have slalom races, but we couldn't.
It couldn't.
So that is when I really found it very challenging for me. And also when the wind is like really strong again, because then you need to find the right balance, you know. And when the wind is really strong, and for me, IQ foiling was just a little new. This was not when I was racing or anything, but it was just an experience I would like to share. So it was, the wind was like really strong, and like we were going at like you know, at a very fast speed. So that was a bit scary for me, but yeah, otherwise the winds have been good.
Okay, coming back to the history or the big headlines that you have created in last 3-4 weeks, that I would say is that, what were you aware that yes, you are going to make it for the Asian Games first of all?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Because after the Asian Games in 2018, I honestly took a setback. I was, I had an injury at the Games. I had an ACL tear. And after that, I didn't really compete professionally. And I didn't really, honestly, I didn't even train that much in windsurfing. When I saw that everyone was shifting to the IQ foil, my brother said, you know, why don't you just come out with me and try it once? And then he kind of trained me and showed me how to foil. And I fell in love with the sport, because I felt like this is something that has never been done before. This is something that is new to everybody. This is something that is, you know, really exciting. And I tried it out, and I really liked it. So I thought, okay, I will do the nationals, and then I will see where it takes me. And then I got to know that we have 2 Asian Games trials in Bombay, and I just participated in that. And there I was looking forward to qualify, and I wanted to qualify again. So I managed to lead the trials, so that was good.
Okay. What was the feeling when you came to know everywhere you are back, you are on every headline, every new publication out there? What was the feeling first when you came to know, yes, you have qualified? And what was the feeling post-qualification?
To be very honest, the qualification part is still not sure, because of the, as you know, the Asian Games have been postponed. So right now I'm currently leading the trials, which mostly, which most likely means I am going to the Asian Games in IQ foil. but we don't know if there are going to be more qualifying rounds. They've not been told. We've not been told anything as yet. But it was great because it was like, you know, my hard work finally paid off. And when I got the recognition I was on top of the moon, because this sport is very unique, and I've never gotten that kind of recognition, or you know, in India, in Goa also, people don't really know much about the sport.
Exactly.
So I try my level best to promote this sport because it is a beautiful sport. So when I got to know that, okay, this sport is getting recognition, there was nothing more rewarding than that.
Okay. How is the support when it comes from the government or from the authorities kind of for you so far?
Well, I haven't received any financial support from the government, to be very honest. Everything, wherever I have traveled and whatever medals I've won, it's all because of my parents, because they could financially support me. If they couldn't, I would never win a medal for India. I would never win all these national medals. So
total how many? 13 you said,
I won 13 gold medals and 2 silver medals.
2 silver medals for the country?
For Goa.
For Goa.
At the nationals.
Okay.
And I won 2 bronze medals for the country.
For the country.
Yes.
Yet no one has recognized.
No one has ever recognized or supported me financially. However, I received a cash prize, and I would like to thank SAG for that. For all my winnings for the past 10 years, we've received a cash prize. So that was quite a motivational boost, because that is why I could afford my new IQ foil equipment, or I might have not even been able to do so. But recently we had a meeting with the sports minister, Mr. Govind Gowde, and I was really happy after the kind of interaction we had, and I'm really looking forward to the positive outcome, because you know, you could tell that the minister is he actually cares about sports, and he was very positive also, and he gave us a good talk, and he said he was going to help us in the near future with regards to our training and everything. So we've given it in writing now to the sports minister as well, so it's all up to them now.
Okay, moving ahead, I want to know with regards to the future goal, what is the goal that you have set for you?
The future goal is obviously getting a good spot at the Asian Games. I really want to perform well at the Asian Games, so I'm trying my level best, and I'm doing what I can from my end to achieve this.
Okay, now windsurfing, if you see, there are how may I ask you, when you used to practice when it comes to your different session or competition, like in Hawaii Beach or Baga, wherever, how many of y'all usually practice together? Like, oh, how many windsurfers are there in Goa, first of all?
Windsurfers in Goa, maybe around, you can say, from all age groups, maybe 15, I would say. That's it.
In all age groups? In
all age groups, maybe more, maybe more. But I'm talking about the ones that I know, and the ones that are, okay, some of them are even participating, some have participated and are veterans now, are coaches now. So these are like a few of the people who, okay, I know, like 15 maybe a number, maybe slightly more people.
We'll keep it about 25. Yeah.
25 also the people who like are not you know, competing, maybe just like have tried or something like that. So I wouldn't know the exact number, but 15 I know, okay, you know, they come, they sail.
Now when you go to Windsor, when you go in the sea, there'll be several people who will be like commenting, no, is it, asking a question, is it dangerous, like how I asked you at the initial start, whether it is dangerous, do you don't fear about the sea, whether we should take it, should I know swimming before going into the sea, what if something happens? Do you come across such people or such questions?
Yes, I do, and I'm very happy to even answer and like kind of clear the doubts, you know, whatever people have. So I'll take it question by question. Swimming, you need to know basic swimming, because you're always wearing a life jacket when you're in the water. So you need to know basic swimming to kind of keep you afloat. You're not usually mostly swimming unless you fall. So at the beginning stage, yes, you need to know a bit like basic swimming. Secondly, should you take up the sport? Yes, you definitely should. It is a beautiful sport, you know. It is physically challenging, it is physically demanding, but it's very rewarding as well, you know. Once you get to know the sport, you know, you kind of get the sense of freedom that, okay, you can do this as well. And it gives you a kind of sense like, you know, that you're able to accomplish it. So why not? It is a beautiful sport, and there is a lot of scope in future for this sport for sure. So yes, if you are looking to take it up, you definitely should. The next question would be, am I afraid of the water? No, I'm not, because I have been you know, swimming, or I've been going to the beach since a very young age. But there are times when I've seen dolphins, or you know, like big fish or like snakes or some eels or something like that, that I have gotten a little afraid, but they've never, really harmed me. And they have, I mean, it is their territory after all, and I am kind of invading their space. So I did get a little scared, but initially when I was a bit younger, it was frightening for me. But after that, not really. They don't really interfere with you unless you don't interfere with them. So that was a bit scary for me. Other than that, no, nothing.
Okay. Now, as you spoke about the difficulties, how to overcome them, this will be, I think, now the viewers watching this show also will have a question whether we should opt for windsurfing. If they ask you whether I should go for windsurfing, tell us the unique thing. Why should people choose windsurfing?
Well, unique thing as in windsurfing is a unique sport. You can do, for me, it's not that I'm trying to just promote my sport, of course I am, but in general I try to promote sports as much as I can, because I strongly believe that health should be everybody's main priority. And windsurfing is a sport where, the windsurfers, athletes in general, are considered the most fittest compared to other sports, because we are using all our muscles. So first thing, it keeps you fit, this sport. You're using your muscles from basically your hands to your legs.
Shoulders up to your toes.
And your core and everything. So you're going to be physically fit. And health is wealth. In today's generation, I really, push forward, and I try to promote healthy living, a healthy lifestyle, sports, and working out and everything, because it is extremely important. Because if you see the generation today, we've got our phones, and I don't mean to sound old or anything. I'm the same, I'm 22, but in our household we've been taught that being physically fit is important. So I try to promote that through my social media accounts as well. So yes, this is a unique sport. It's going to keep you fit. It is quite challenging, but it's rewarding as well. So.
Okay, rewarding you said, challenging you spoke about, but I want to know, now every sports person has a coach or has a guide behind. So if you could tell us about your coach, who guides you, who trains you, motivates you, all of that.
My coach is my father. He trains us, and my brother is also sailing with me, so that kind of keeps me motivated and on my toes all the time, because I'm always trying to compete with him. So that's the kind of support I get. Thankfully, my father got into the sport, and he was able to share his knowledge to us, and that is how we could take this sport to the next level. So yeah, my father is my coach basically.
Okay. Any professional training that you have taken besides your father?
Yes. I've gone abroad for a couple of camps. That was very important for me, because we reached a level where where we needed international coaching as well, because we were going for the Asian Games. I was the only girl at the Youth Olympics from India in windsurfing to ever qualify. So those are the times that I needed coaching. So I used to go to Hong Kong as well to train. And my dad also got an Olympic medalist, Bruce Kendall, to Goa to train my brother and I. This was I think in 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
2016-17, yeah.
Yes, so somewhere around that time. And yeah.
Okay.
So
we're almost coming to an end of this interview, but I want to ask you at the end, is that what keeps you motivated in this sport?
What keeps me motivated is I love winning. I love getting medals. I love making my parents proud, and I want to make my country proud. I want to make my state proud. So whenever I get this kind of recognition, it keeps me motivated to do more, and it also gives me a motivational boost to do better. In the next competition or everything. I also like beating my personal records. If I know I finished this race in 20 minutes at this time, I want to do better for the next one. So these are the kind of things that keep me motivated. Just doing better and getting rewarded. That keeps anyone motivated. Any sports person, if you ask them what's your main motivation, it's the rewards you get after it, the sense of accomplishment. At the end of the day, okay, you've done your best, and you're getting rewarded for it, and that's the best kind of feeling.
Okay. Last question of this interview is that what will be your message for the fans or the followers of Katya Coelho and also the ones who want to come into sports?
Well, for all my well-wishers, thank you for watching all my interviews. Thank you for watching me, till here. And my message would be, as I've said also before in a couple of interviews, is just to follow your passion and do what you like. It could be anything. It just like whatever gives you a sense of accomplishment. I think you should just follow your passion. Anything else I would like to say is do something that keeps you physically fit. I really kind of stress on this because health is wealth. So do something that keeps you physically fit as well. And that is the way of living in 2022. So, yes.
Okay, I think on that note, we come to an end of this beautiful episode. Thank you, Katya, for your time. Also, wish you all the best for all your future competitions and hope we meet soon with another title in your hand.
Sure.
For sure. And yeah, that's all we have in today's episode of Sports Talkies with me, Clinton D'Souza. I will see you next week with another superstar of Goa, another sports personnel of Goa and across who has made his or her name proud in Goa, India and across the world. This is Clinton D'Souza signing off.